Welcome to this video lecture. Myself Atul Kumar, working as an assistant professor in Department of Computer Science, Rajiv Gandhi Memorial, Government College, Jogindarnagar. In this video lecture, I will discuss about addressing modes in computer architecture. So what is an addressing mode? So the operand of the instruction is stored in main memory or the CPU register. So different methods are used to specify the operands in memory and registers. So these different methods that are used for specifying the operands in the instructions are called addressing modes. So how the operands are to be fetched from either memory or register, so there are different methods and to fetch these operands and registers, and these methods for specifying the operands in the instructions are called as addressing modes. A computer may use one or more addressing modes in an organization. So there are many addressing modes. So the most common addressing modes used in computer architecture, we have immediate addressing, implied addressing, direct addressing, indirect addressing, register indirect addressing, auto increment or auto decrement addressing mode, relative addressing mode, addressing mode based on index, that is also called as index addressing, base register addressing mode. So I will discuss all these addressing modes one by one. So first addressing mode is immediate addressing mode. As the name suggests, it is a immediate. Immediate means instant. So immediate addressing mode, the operand is actually the part of the instruction. So in an instruction, as I have discussed in previous video lectures, so instructions contain a opcode and a operand. So we have an instruction here, like this one is opcode. The first part is opcode. Opcode means operation that is to be performed on the operand, and the second part is either operand or its address where the operand is stored. So how the operand is accessed, so there are different methods, and these methods are called as addressing mode. So in immediate addressing, the actual operand forms the part of the instruction. So actually the operand is presented or available in the instruction in case of immediate addressing mode. So instruction is having operand field rather than the address field. So in case of immediate addressing, there is a operand field, that is operand is already in the instruction, so hence no fetch operation is required. As the operand is in the instruction, so it is not in either in the register or the memory, so there is a no need of fetch operation. This mode provides the data to its opcode immediately. As the instruction contains operand, so data is immediately available to the opcode for processing. Immediate addressing mode can be used only to specify a source operand. Operand is equal to address field, as I have discussed. So this one is the example of immediate addressing mode. Add 5, as the name suggests, add means to add, and 5 is the operand that is to be added. So there is no other kind of register or memory that is in this instruction. This means 5 is added to the content of the accumulator. So in this kind of instruction where there is no kind of register, operand is already present in the instruction, so in that case we use the accumulator register. So here 5 is the operand and 5 is added to the content of the accumulator, so 5 is a operand here. So this one is a instruction for immediate addressing. In this we have first part we have a opcode, in the second part we have a operand. The second addressing mode we have a implied addressing mode, and this mode is also called as inherent addressing mode, because the operand is specified implicitly in the instruction. That means operands are not present in the instruction. In the first immediate addressing, operands are present in the instruction, but they are not present in the instruction in case of implied addressing. So we have an example of pop operation. As I have discussed in the video lecture of stack organization, the function of pop is to delete or remove the top element from the stack. So this instruction will fetch the content from the top of the stack. So different types of implied addressing uh, mode examples are STC. STC means set carry flag. There are different carry flag when we perform binary additions. So carry flag must be either 0 or must be either 1 depending upon the addition of two binary digits. So it may be set in case of if there is a carry, then it may be set to 1, and if there is no carry, then it is set to 0. There is also another implied addressing instruction halt, HLT, and it means stop processing, to stop the processing of the instruction. The next addressing mode implied example is CMP. CMP means complement the content of the accumulator. So this one is the representation of implied addressing. In this we have only opcode that is not actually present in the instruction. The next addressing mode, we have a direct addressing mode, and in direct addressing mode it is also called as absolute addressing mode. So direct addressing mode is also called as absolute addressing mode, in which the address of the data or operand is specified within the instruction itself. So suppose we have this kind of instruction. The first part is opcode, and the second part, in the previous implied immediate addressing, we have operand here, but in this case we don't have any kind of operand. In this case we have a memory address, and this memory address is the address where in the memory the operand is stored. Suppose we have this memory, we have a memory like this, and suppose operand is 3, that is to be fetched, and the address here is, suppose it is started from 0, then it is 1, then it is 2, then in this direct addressing mode, in this case of instruction, memory address here is 2, then this instruction means then it will go directly to the second address, and in second address we have a operand that is a 3, that is to be fetched from the memory for this opcode operation. So we have this kind of example. The first example is STA 2500H. STA the means that store the contents of accumulator in the memory location 2500H. LDA 2500H is load accumulator with the contents of memory location 2500H. So in the first instruction we have store, and in the second instruction we have load, and in case of store, we store the contents of accumulator in the memory location specified in the instruction, that is 2500H. So suppose the content of accumulator is here is 20, so 20 is stored. Suppose this location is 2500H, 2500H. So the meaning of first instruction is store the content of accumulator in the memory location 2500H. So this location is 2500H, and suppose we have in accumulator 20, so 20 is stored in this 2500H location, that is the memory address, and 20 is stored here according to the first instruction. In the second instruction, LDA 2500H load accumulator with the contents of the memory location 2500H. Suppose we have a accumulator like this. Suppose the name of accumulator is A or Q, then in 2500H we have 20, so 20 is loaded in this accumulator, and this is the meaning of second instruction. The next addressing mode, we have a indirect addressing mode. And in indirect addressing mode, the memory address field of the instruction specify the memory address where the operand is residing. This means that the instruction specify the memory address which further contains the memory address where the operand is residing. So actually, in direct addressing mode and in direct addressing mode, we have a memory address, but in that memory address that is not contain the that does not contain the content of the operand or operand itself. So in case of memory address, it contains again the memory address, so it is actually the memory address. So I will give you example. Suppose this one is a memory, it contains 20. Suppose it contains 2 0 1 and 2, and in 2 suppose we have 3, and in 3 we have 100. So now it will clear to you what is the meaning of indirect addressing mode. So in case of memory address, we have 2, so it stores 2. So in case of 2, we have it will go to the memory location located at second location. So in case of memory address located at second location, we have 3 stored here, but this is not actually the operand. This again is the memory address, and what is the memory address? 3. So it will go to the third location, and in third location we have a content or operand 100. So it is a indirect memory addressing mode. So in indirect addressing mode, the instruction specify or instruction contains the memory address that again contain the memory address where the operand is stored. So this one is the example, load R1 M200. So in the instruction, the memory address is 200. Suppose the value at the memory address at 200 is the address value 300, which is finally holding the operand. That is the same as I have discussed in this example. Suppose the memory address contain 2, so it will go to the 2 second location. In second location, suppose it contains 3, and in so it is actually basically the memory address. It will again go to the third location, and in third location we have 100, that is actually the operand of the used in the instruction. So the next addressing mode is register addressing mode, and it is also called as or known as register direct addressing mode. So as the name suggests, here the operands are present in the registers, or most commonly used registers are general purpose registers. So in other words, the contents of the register is the operand. Therefore only the name of the registers are to be specified in the instruction. So in this case, we just specify the name of the register, and in that registers operands are stored. So suppose we have a example MOV, that is a move instruction, and in move instruction we have in register addressing mode, we specify the name of the register, and here the name of the registers is A and B. So it means move the contents of register, we to the register A. So transfer the content of register B to the register A. The second instruction is add B. So here B is the name of the register and there is no second register mentioned, so it means the second register is the accumulator. So add B to the content of the accumulator is the this instruction meaning. So in this kind of instruction we have a opcode and we have a register number or register name where the content or operands are stored. So this is the actually the representation of register direct addressing. So move B D0 and D1 where D0 and D1 are the data registers. So D0 is this data register and D1 is this data register. So here the move V instruction uses the data register for both source and destination operand, and the source operand here is the data register D0 and the instruction indicates the data register. So next addressing mode we have a register indirect addressing mode, and in case of register indirect addressing mode the address of the operand is given indirectly. So the content of register or register pair are the address of the operand, as I have discussed in indirect addressing mode. Same here the register does not contain the actually the operand, but it contains the address where the where actually the operand is stored. So compared this with the register addressing where the content of the register is the operand, where in this case the content of the register is actually the address where the register is stored. So this is the example of register indirect addressing mode. So load LXI H2400H, this means load HL pair. This one is actually two registers, one is H and other is a L register. So HL pair with 2400H. And next instruction we have move A comma M. So move is the move instruction, move the content of the memory location whose address in the HL pair, so this one 2400H, and to the accumulator. So in this example we have move A comma M is an example of register indirect addressing mode. In this case we have move AM instruction, the operand is in the memory location whose address is not directly given in the instruction. The address of the memory location is stored in HL pair which has been specified by the earlier instruction in the program, that is LXI H2400H. The next addressing mode we have auto increment or auto decrement addressing mode. So this kind of addressing mode is like register indirect addressing mode with the following additions. In case of auto increment, so we have auto increment means to increase or to plus the value. So in case of auto increment, register value is incremented after execution of the instruction. So when the instruction is executed, the value of register is incremented, or it will specify how much increment be there to increment the value of register. In case of auto decrement, the register value or the value of register is decremented before the execution. It will decrement before the execution of the instruction, and in case of auto increment it will increment after the execution of the instruction. Next addressing mode we have relative addressing mode. So assigned, in this case there is kind of displacement or some value that is to be added to the current value of the program counter to form the address, effective address. So a program counter, we already know it contains the address of the next instruction. So in case of relative addressing, the content of the program register is added to some displacement or some value, and those addition or those additions represent the effective address, or effective address is the address where actually the operand is stored in the instruction. At this effective address, the operands are residing in the memory. So these mode of instructions or addressing is commonly used in branch or jump instructions, as we have discussed in some high level languages. We have if branch instruction or go to branch instruction is there. So these kind of relative addressing modes are used in that kind of branch instructions. So we have a example jump plus 8, in bracket we have PC, that is the program counter. So jump this instruction is a effective address as PC plus 8. So actually in this case we have a program counter, and in the program counter we add the value 8, and when we add the value 8 in the program counter value, then this goes to the effective address, that is actually the operand or in the memory stored. In the next instruction we have a index addressing. So in case of index addressing, there is also a displacement as in case of relative addressing, and the displacement here is either 8-bit or 16-bit, that is added to the content of the index register. So in case of index register, it is one of the registers of the CPU contains the index value. That index value is termed as offset or displacement. The address part of the instruction gives the starting address of the array. The index register contains the relative value. The contents of the index registers are increment to move to the location of the array. The contents of array are sequential in nature. So in case of base register, next addressing mode we have a base register addressing mode. So in case of base index addressing, the contents of the base register, so there is a register that is a base register, and the contents of the index registers are added together to form the effective address. So in this case the base register content and the index register content are added together to form the effective address. The base register contains the base address and the index register contains the index. At an effective address, the operand is present. So these kind of addressing modes are basically used for the relocation of the programs. Thanks for watching this video lecture.